Today we begin a new tradition. A great sport returns to this great city. Well, I mean, I never had a press conference with so many people present, and certainly not to hear me speak. It was like, wow, we're not in Kansas anymore. We're in Syracuse. And while the Syracuse Crunch supports baseball's Chiefs and all of the programs with the Orange Men, they must understand one thing. There is a new game in town. The Ice Age has returned.
We were quite sure after feeling out the community and knowing the history that Syracuse was ready to bring hockey back.
And the Syracuse Crunch were born.
Yes, professional hockey has returned to Syracuse.
So that first game, utter chaos.
It was noisy. I remember that, and fans were really excited about having hockey back in Syracuse.
You know, the feeling in the arena was just palpable. There's all this excitement.
River Rats can't clear. Here's a shot. All right. Lonnie Bahanas.
And you really felt it even that early on that the fans embraced Syracuse, their team, the Crunch. There are so many special moments and so many special people that you've met and watched play over the years. Well, Scotty Walker, who we nicknamed the Wild Thing, played the music. 5'10", you know, he had more guts than a slaughterhouse, I would say. The guy was fearless and entertaining. And, you know, Baduke was our first enforcer, our first tough guy. And people in the market were talking about him before he came to town. It was incredible. They couldn't wait for this guy they had heard about, and he had the perfect name, like Big Bad John. Of course, him climbing over the penalty box became folklore now in Syracuse.
The Mirabito Outdoor Classic getting underway at the New York State Fairgrounds here in Syracuse, and it's all hockey right now.
One thing we always wanted to be is first in when we do things. We don't like to follow. You know, tell us we can't do something, and we'll do it every time.
Here we go. I'll let you handle this. It is John Morassi and Jeremy Yablonski. Morassi wearing a microphone, and we're going to bring this one right into your living room. These two are some tough combatants. They're going to throw it and fire it like pistons. Look at them. Bam, bam, bam. Boy, are they throwing punches. This is the centering attempt, and Mike London takes that away. Picard with a breakaway, walks in, and the shot, he scores! Alexander Picard with the first ever goal in an outdoor game in the American Hockey League. And I got two words for you. Game over. The Crunch wins the Mirabito Outdoor Classic here at the New York State Fairgrounds by the final score of 2-1.
We believe we'll do anything to win, and we saw it tonight. And we block shots, take hits, take punches, whatever it takes.
So Zdeno Konopka, one of my all-time favorites, a character, loves Z. He could be my captain for any sport, anytime. But he was a piece of work.
Flips it ahead. There is Konopka with a backhand and shot. He scores! Zdeno Konopka gets it through Scott Clemenson, and the Crunch has tied this game at 1.
We had by far the toughest team in hockey. We had old school slap shot. We had Z leading, the great instigator. We had Morassi, with the head of cement and one of the great fighters of all time. We had Tom Sestito. We had Derek Dorsett. We had countless other guys that were afraid not to fight because they didn't want to disappoint Konopka. They were afraid to come in this building. And then came Tampa.
There's a storm front coming.
There's a storm front coming.
Woo!
For the first Calder Cup year, That was probably the best team we've ever had. You had Tyler Johnson, you had Palat, you had Richard Panik, Ratko Gudas, Mark Barbero, Angelides. That was a pretty stacked team.
To watch them go up and play with the parent teams after that was always something that I think every Syracuse Crunch fan really enjoyed.
It's been a fabulous relationship. It's just beyond imagination that it's going to be 30 years.
You do have to remember that there were a lot of doubters, that we make it to year 2 or 3, and 30 years later, it's a long time.